Hey everyone, today I have a short and simple tutorial for you all. We're going to create a figure 8 racing track in Autodesk Inventor 2014. By the time we finish, the track should look something like this. This is what we aim to achieve by the end of this tutorial. Throughout this tutorial, we'll cover some of the basic tools that are generally used when designing in the Sketch and 3D environment. To start off, we need to create a new part. Select New in the top left corner of the screen. Make sure Standard IPT is selected, and then click Create. To start our sketch, select Create 2D Sketch. 3 work planes will appear. Select the plane you want to work on. I'm selecting the XY plane. Now we are on the 2D sketch environment. Notice how the tools changed in the ribbon? Now we have access to our drawing tools. We will be sketching the outline of the racetrack. The main tool that we'll be using to sketch this is the line tool. The keyboard shortcut for this is L on the keyboard. We're going to start at the center point, left click, and move the mouse out. No need to click and drag as the line is constantly connected to the cursor. When you're happy with the distance, left click. Escape cancels the line tool. The next tool that we'll be using is the dimension tool. The keyboard shortcut for this is D. Select the line you want to dimension and left click. Left click again to place the dimension. I'm making mine 20 millimeters. I'm going to continue using the line tool to make the side of the racing track. To switch between different dimensions, whether it be degree or the length of the line, you can use Tab to switch between them. So I'm going to make this 135 degrees, and I'm going to make this 6 millimeters. I'm going to make this line exactly the same, and make it 1 millimeter in thickness. This is also going to be the same. I'm just going to finish that there. Press D for dimension, and I'll dimension this. Notice how it's not following the alignment of the line. I need to right click on the line and select Aligned. Now it's following the line. Place that there. Select these two. The reason I'm dimensioning everything is so that the lines turn to the dark blue that you just saw then. This ensures that the sketch is closed and that during extrusion or adding any extra sketches doesn't affect these dimensions. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to mirror this wall of the racing track and place it on this side. To do this, I need to select the line tool. I need to make the line a construction line, so selecting construction line, and I'm going to place it in the center of this line. It can be any height you want. Just make sure it sits at 90 degrees, and then left click. Escape to cancel. Now, I'm going to select the mirror tool up here, and select the lines that I want it to mirror. The mirror line will be this one. Click Apply, and then Done. So this line didn't turn the dark blue color, so it's not closed. So I need to dimension that myself. Now that that's done, we need to make another construction line for this shape that we've just created to revolve around. You use the line tool again, make sure it's another construction line, and place it along the bottom. See how there's a little dotted line? What this means is the line that you create will be at a 90-degree angle to the center point of the sketch. So I'm going to make mine 40 millimeters away from the center point of the start sketch. Click Finish Sketch at the top right corner, and now we're in the 3D environment. To revolve this sketch around this axis point, we need to click Revolve, and this is already highlighted, as the profile is already highlighted. we'll select the axis, which is this, and there you have it. So obviously we're not doing a 360 revolve. We'll change this to angle, make it 270, enter. So we're halfway there. Now we need to make the other side of this track. So to do this, we need to create our own plane. Up the top here on the ribbon, there's plane. Select it, and then select this face. Make sure it highlights like this, and click and drag. Now we want to drag this plane double the distance of what we set this revolve axis. So we set it at 40 millimeters. So we need to make this plane 80 millimeters. Now click on Create 2D Sketch, select our new plane, and we're in the 2D Sketch environment. Now we're using the exact same dimensions and sketch as the previous sketch we've just completed on our new custom plane. So to do that in this sketch, we don't have to draw a single line. We can click Project Geometry at the top in the ribbon, and then select the face with the lines on it that we want. Select this one, and the lines appear. Now we don't need to dimension these lines as they're locked to the back 3D model, which constrains them from any movement. Now that that's done, we'll center our sketch by clicking in this top right corner, that panel, and we'll zoom in, and we need to create our center line axis so we can revolve this sketch around it. So select line, and make sure it's a construction line. And again, make sure that those dotted lines pop up so that you know that it's a 90-degree angle to the center point of the sketch. Click and drag up, make it whatever height you want, and then left click and escape. We'll dimension this 40 millimeters from the center point. Okay, it's not letting me select the center point. If it doesn't let you select the center point, select one of these corners here and just take away 10 millimeters because we made this 20 millimeters and this is 40, so I'll make this 30. And now we're done. So now we'll revolve that sketch around our axis. The profile is already selected. We'll select our axis and we'll change the angle to 270 degrees and hit OK. So there are our two almost full circles. Now to get rid of this plane that we've created, to hide it, you need to go over here in the model view, right click on the work plane and uncheck visibility. That'll hide it. Now we need to connect these. So what we'll do is we'll create a new sketch on one of these faces. Now at this current stage we can't see our sketch because we have a 3D model penetrating through it. So what we need to do is click on View and then click Slice Graphics. So now we can see it. And the lines are already there. If they're not, again, go back to Sketch and click Project Geometry and select the face you want. Click Finish. And now we can click Extrude and change the extent distance to Next and hit OK. Repeat the same for the other side. Create a sketch on this face. We'll rotate this. It's already highlighted yellow, so we'll finish the sketch. But this time when we extrude it, we're going to extrude to Next. Because if we extrude to a distance, click and drag that, it'll go through what we've already created. So to Next, hit OK. We'll do the same to the other side. We'll do View, Slice Graphics. Yep, all good. Finish sketch, extrude to Next, Click OK. Now we have the issue of these two in the middle. We can't actually get our character. We have the issue of these two in the middle. We can't actually get our character to race around the track because then he'll hit into this wall that we have here. So what we need to do is we need to get a sketch that we've previously created of the outside of the track and modify it so it's the inside of the track so we can cut through here. So we'll get the sketch, select it, and create a new custom plane. Select it, and then click on the corner where it will create a new plane. On this new plane, we'll create a new 2D sketch. Don't mind the angle. Go to View, /Graphics. Now go back to Sketch, and instead of Project Geometry, we're going to click the drop down and click on Project Cut Edges. This will project the edges that we've cut through going in and slicing the graphics. Now we'll get a line and we'll close this gap up here, like so. Click Finish Sketch and then go to Extrude and select the profile we want. So we want the inside profile. Select that, and we're going to click and drag the arrow all the way up until, yep, just about there. And we'll click on this. This is cut. Instead of extruding, we're going to cut. Select that and click OK. To hide the work plane again, right click on it and uncheck visibility. There you have it. You have your new figure 8 racing track.